Good evening and welcome to the Minions of the Zoo Saturday edition. I'm your host and keeper of the Harry channel, and with me tonight are Minions DrFunctional.
Hi.
Serenity Star 13.
Howdy.
SkepTok.
Hi, everybody.
And Sora Luna.
Hello.
Who has no avatar, she's just letters.
I don't want to sign in.
It's okay. So I did buy that Books C4 tablet that we talked about.
Yeah.
After talking to you, my the little bit of doubt that I had, I should go back and look at this again. And I actually had the Kindle Scribe thing returned before the C4 showed up because it was delayed by a day. And I'm just like, you know how it is when you're waiting for something from Amazon and you're not getting that immediate gratification. By the way, the first 30 years of my life were like that, where you didn't get immediate gratification. Things just took forever to show up. And now I'm just so spoiled along with everybody else. It's like, damn it, Amazon, you said you'd have this here in 24 hours, and it's been 36 hours. How dare you?
I know the feeling.
I know the feeling. But I can say this, the Books tablet is... it's got a bit of a learning curve to figure out how to use it effectively. And just as a reader thing, obviously it's really good, but so are a lot of other things. But the note-taking is powerful and mysterious. So I can't really tell you if it was a good idea or a bad idea to get this thing, but so far I'm pretty pleased.
That's exciting. It looks so beautiful. Like I was watching their user videos and stuff on the website, and it's quite nice. Yeah, I'm still tempted to get the Palma too, just as a e-reader,
right?
Because of the size is so convenient. But it's like an extra gadget. Do you need? No, I don't need it. I understand what you need it for.
Yeah,
for the main big tablet, but just another toy.
Well, I mean, I actually bought mine with business money because I can quite legitimately use this for business stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
you,
and
you
it's
have a real world adult reason of getting something fun like this.
Yeah,
I don't have that excuse.
I don't have that excuse.
Just make sure there's business information on it and that it shows you can prove that you access that information on a regular basis.
Yeah, because that's how the taxes work.
That's straight out of publication 17, by the way.
Yes, all of the good news is in Pub 17. All the thou shall and thou shalt nots. Serenity.
Yo.
Yeah, this actually has been a pretty good little device, because the whole idea of for business purposes, I rather like it. Do you want one of these?
The thing is, it's like I'm very paranoid about e-ink screens when it comes to drawing. That's my one thing. Is because that's what I would use it for. Also, when I play D&D, I would use it for notes. But still, it's that's the one thing that makes me nervous. Because my iPad Pro, because it's the older version, it's Gen 2, is still going strong. But e-ink screens always worry me because they're always like, well, there's a refresh. It only can refresh so many times before it breaks. And I'm like,
Okay. Well, I guess it depends on how many times. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. They could have improved it, and Box could be doing it differently. That would be awesome. It's a good thing to keep an eye on. I got a really good deal on my iPad Pro. So back then it was about the same price along with the pencil as what the 4C is now that you have. So for me right now, as long as the iPad Pro continues to work, I'm staying there. But that would be really cool because I have to have so there's a company called, I think it's called Paperwhite, that makes screen covers for the iPads that makes them feel like paper, which I'm sure Box already, the Note Air already probably has. So it has a paper feel when you write.
Yeah.
But that would be nice to be out the gate and not have to put a screen protector thingy on it. But yeah, I'm just I'm hoping they've gotten the e-ink screen better to where it doesn't have that max refresh rate before it dies.
Well, what would be fun is if we could get a sponsorship going here, and then all of us could get one for free. That would be great. Proudly sponsored by Books.
I do love the fact that Books has a computer monitor. I do love that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's like the e-ink.
Yeah, And
It's
like I said,
actually very pretty.
it's very pretty and it looks like it takes the glare off. You know what I mean? Like thing of like, but yeah, it's like my big thing is unless they figured out a way to make the refresh rate for e-ink screens a lot higher, or to take the um the worry of you hitting the refresh max in its lifetime away, I'm
Mhm.
paranoid about e-ink beyond Kindle.
If you want to do art stuff, like you do, you actually are better off with the iPad. But
Oh yeah.
to answer Skep's statement, I mean, to address what Skep said, I actually, it can run pretty much any Android app.
Mhm.
It won't necessarily
Oh.
run it well, but it will run it. So the things that I've loaded on it are Kindle, Safari, the O'Reilly Safari library. So I've got a bunch of technical
Right.
books there. And I've got some PDFs that I loaded in there. The Feynman lectures on physics, all 3 volumes, and a handful of other light reading. And mostly I'm just not going to put email on it or any of that sort of stuff. So
I was going to say they expose their hardware APIs. You can jack with it.
oh yeah, you can. They actually very open to you monkeying around with the thing.
They absolutely. I actually know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just teasing you because I thought you would really like doing that.
Yeah. Well, I worked a year as a tax preparer, so I know about Pub 17.
I was the income tax consultant for the command at the PG school.
Well, you said you would help people fill out all their stuff. Like they would come to you, and basically you were the person that helped all the lost souls.
April 12th, some commander comes traipsing in, has a bunch of receipts kind of half stapled together in a manila folder, and some of them are falling out. This is an actual guy.
Oh yeah.
And I said, okay, we're going to learn about extensions. And he didn't even know about extensions. He was a commander. He's a seagoing guy who finally got picked up for PG school. Interesting cat. Anyway, yeah, I've got some great sea stories about being an income tax preparer for the Navy. Let me tell you, my friend.
Well, we have to talk about a submarine later, so we'll get back to the Navy. But hi, Dr. Functional.
Hi.
Oh man, it has been it's been quite a week for me. How has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been.
Nobody's shooting at you. You got a roof over your head. Life is good.
Whoa! Let's not get carried away.
Oh, I do cut. I do. See these stories about. These people that were super zen, just wandering around from village to village with their little wooden shoes and their rice bowl in their hand, and everybody'd say, "Oh, this is a sacred man. Here, have a couple scoops of rice," and then you say thank you, say a few nice words, and move on. If the only thing you had to worry about were your shoes, your feet, and washing your clothes, and you got free rice wherever you went, that wouldn't be such a bad gig. I mean, I try to think about that to keep modern things in perspective, because the modern world is designed to make us want everything all the time, to just be good consumers of things. It would be hard for me to get to that level of Zen simplicity, I think. You seem like you've got your life pretty well pared down to the important stuff. You strike me as a person who knows what he cares about and what he doesn't care about.
Yeah. I don't really sweat the consumer side of things. But I am exhausted.
That's okay.
So brain might not be.
Yeah. What's your brain state?
I'm pretty much half asleep already.
Partly
My
foggy.
body just refuses to cooperate.
That's good.
All right. Good man.
Yeah. Don't let your body tell you what to do.
No.
So that's functional. Serenity, anything new?
No.
No? Okay. Sora, anything new?
I found some really cute, like, fake Lego brand building block kits that you can. I chose some stuff from the retro collection. They also have like flowers and snacks and stuff which aren't interesting. So that was fun. That's about all that's new. and exciting.
I can't remember. There was the story of Lego and how it came to be. I think we may have covered it in the past. Or was it one of those things that I took notes on and then never actually put out there, and I just have notes floating around about Lego somewhere? I don't know.
I feel like there was a Lego discussions at some point.
Yeah.
On some Minions. I don't know if it's your show or some other show, but I feel like that was a discussion at some point.
Because we've been doing this for what, half a decade now? I mean,
A little bit over, I would think, yeah.
I mean, with me actually hosting, I think it's been a while. So I sometimes lose track of what we've talked about and what we're going to talk about. And I still have like just stuff prepared. If I ever have to just show up and do a show with no preparation, I have all sorts of things that don't expire just set aside with links in case I ever have to just show up. We do a show cold. I might be overly prepared. I should probably take notes on things.
I think you would have a nervous breakdown if you had to do it unprepared, do without anything. If you're like, I don't know what to do. What? All right, we're gonna shoot the shit. Here we go.
Well, Skep, I'm pretty sure that you and I could probably keep each other entertained for quite a while. I don't know how the chat would feel about it, but I know that you and I could
some interesting rabbit holes.
We could do 2 hours on anything.
Oh,
yeah,
so many giggities.
So many giggities.
So many giggities.
It's a good looking rabbit hole. So would you please do the traditional welcoming of the chat?
Looking through there, JB was first in chat this evening. How you doing, JB? Green Badger is here, and good to see guys in chat. And we do this for you and for ourselves, and we love having you being a part of the show. So thanks for hanging out with us this evening, guys. And I know Harry has got a great show for us, and you can always
TBD.
laugh at me if it gets slow.
Well, you know, remember the Tonight Show where Johnny Carson, when things would start to go poorly, they'd just start playing T for two, and he'd do a little soft shoe.
Yes, exactly.
Which is the way you're supposed to do it.
We don't really have the equivalent of that. I should come up with something. But you said something, Serenity, a moment ago. Did something happen?
No, I realized that for some reason, because Zoom is very odd,
I
had forgotten to change certain settings on the computer, so I wasn't able to control my sound. And I was like, why can't I control my sound? Oh shit, I didn't change the setting. It's like, whoopsies.
Okay.
Thankfully, I didn't have my speaker on, because otherwise there would have been some feedback happening. I would have found out earlier, but there would have been some feedback happening.
Well, jumping right into it, in no particular order, there's a new, I think they're calling it a Sednoid or a Sednoid, so because it's like Sedna out in the outer solar system, and it's kind of on the big side. So it says they've discovered a massive new solar system body located beyond the orbit of Pluto. The weird elongated orbit of the object suggests that if Planet 9 exists, it is much further from the sun than thought, or it has been ejected from our planetary system altogether. Meaning, things are messed up because Planet 9 used to be there, but it isn't there anymore. And so the strange orbit of the object, designated 2023 KQ-14A, nicknamed Ammonite, classified as a Sednoid. Sednoids are bodies beyond the orbit of the ice giant Neptune, known as trans-Neptunian bodies characterized by highly eccentric non-circular orbits and distant close approach to the sun or perihelion. So I guess within like 70 astronomical units of the sun, that's as close as it gets. And then it goes way, way, way far away. I think it's so cool that we can find shit like this, because it's so far away, and in the big scheme of things, it is so tiny. And they didn't even have to use a space probe or the what's the big telescope, the big fun
Hubble?
one, not Hubble,
No.
the other one.
Oh God.
JWST or the
James Webb. Yeah, I almost said Keck, and it's like, no, that's not the right one. They actually used the Subaru telescope in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of Japanese researchers who found this. So using a slightly old terrestrial telescope, they actually found this thing.
with a dandy laser on it.
Good job.
Dandy laser.
Is that one that has the adaptive optics with the laser?
It does.
Oh,
yes, it
okay,
has
sweet.
And the laser is actually used to, as you say, adjust or adapt the optics to account to adjust for atmospherics, and it's amazingly good at it.
Yeah, I remember reading about that back when Scientific American was a good publication.
Yes, I read it in Scientific American.
And
I still
I was thinking,
subscribe to
God,
it,
that's
Aaron.
so great. I did too. I did too.
Years and years, yeah.
Well, I think I told you I was a little kid, and I started reading it in the waiting room of my dentist's office. My dentist was this amazing woman. Just long story, don't have time for it. But that's when I started reading it. I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. So
I started reading Scientific American in the 8th grade. You?
I don't know, whatever 3rd grade was, I think.
Yeah,
3rd.
you would have been several years before me, because people in your generation, it made a difference. They taught them to read earlier. I was weird that I read as early as I did.
Yeah, but your language skills are way better than mine. But that is neither here nor there. The main thing is that the fact that you might think that you have to have $20 billion to do science. You don't. You don't. You can do real science without any of that. And then the big expensive things like James Webb, just use it effectively.
Absolutely.
You know, and a lot of people...
Read the story of Jonas Salk. You want to see low budget revolutionary discovery.
Because we are not going to be able to just throw money at things like it doesn't matter anymore. That's a lot of stuff is just not going to get the funding that it used to get. Not going to get into a whole discussion of the clawback thing that's happening with the government, but
I know, but that's interesting.
Yeah,
We'll
but
talk about that after the show.
But you have to just be more efficient with some of this stuff. Like, for instance, a lot of the stuff that the government wants to do with AI, it's like, you don't have $200 billion to throw at this. You just don't.
No.
Yeah. So
we don't have actually net anything right now. 25% of our revenues are going to pay interest on our debt.
people are spending money on AI like it just doesn't matter.
I know.
You know,
it's gonna be
climate goals. We don't need climate goals because climate goals. What are you talking about? That's so unnecessary.
Thing about climate goals is climate goals come and go. I'm with Scott Adams here. Find a better system. Don't worry so much about the goal as much as about improving the system. If you go in search of a better system, you'll find success. You will always succeed. You always will. It's one of his truest principles that I regard him as really very innovative, very kind of a genius.
Well, he's definitely done more good than harm.
At least he's not going to hell.
Yeah. No. No. But technology's cool.
Love me some technology.
Anyway, let's see. What is next on the agenda here? So this was sent by, I think, Geodes. This bionic knee plugs into your bones and nerves and feels just like a real body part. Now, this news, the whole idea that you can just strap this thing on and suddenly, like, it will work with your nerves, this sounds a lot like an AI written article. Like, is ZME Science a real publication, or is this just AI bullshit? It's
bullshit. That's AI bullshit.
You think so?
Guaranteed.
Okay. Anybody else like follow through on this thing to see what's going on?
That's just the field that I have for this. It's not based on anything other than just glancing at this. This just feels like AI all the way through.
Yeah, it's
the problem is that a lot of people have said stuff that is AI written that isn't. Here it is, MIT News. Bionic knee integrated in tissue can restore natural movement.
Good, so it's real.
Yeah. It's the exact same map-up, July 10th. So that article was written, 5 days afterward?
Yeah, MIT News is real. They don't.
So this is just a republication of that article, or is it the article? Is this the article?
No, it's an article about an article.
Okay, this is an article about an article.
What it always is.
This is an AI wrap-up of an article. That's what this was done with AI.
Rupendra Brahmabhatt.
It sounds like it's Indian, is what it sounds like. So.
Oh, that might be an Indian national. That might be a translation of an Indian reprint. That could be that.
Even if it's half true, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Could be all true.
Yeah.
MIT researchers have developed a new bionic knee that can help people above the knee amputations walk faster, climb stairs, and above obstacles more easily than they could with a traditional prosthesis. Tony Shu, PhD, 24, is the lead author of the paper, which appears today in Science. So it's also in Science.
A fine publication.
Oh, the bonus integrated system known as eOpera transmit AMI signals to the new robotic controller developed specifically for this study.
Does it have Bluetooth?
The controller uses information to calculate the torque necessary to move the prosthesis the way the user wants it to move.
Apple CarPlay. Integrated.
NFC.
The thing is, if that's even helps people with phantom limb syndrome, that would make it a big deal because phantom limb syndrome just drives you insane.
All of the weird using mirrors and therapies and things, that whole part of the brain, that's just like so much squishy science. I can't wrap my head around it. There's like all kinds of science that I jive with. It's very copacetic, but all the squishy science I can't deal with.
Yeah. Paste. I put inside chat the article from MIT News. But yeah, no, it's at least the study is legit, and they have a video of the person walking with it.
Yeah.
Ozio integrated mechanical.
I can tell you, I don't want one. I would much rather have an actual knee. I don't want to.
Hopefully, it never comes to that. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to Steve Austin myself. That's. Yeah, no, I don't want to.
This is the kind of moving forward you want to hear about.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Anything, because people lose limbs from disease, accidents, war.
Oh, well,
all of this is helpful.
Well, the study also talked to them about the sense of embodiment, basically making it feel like they had control of themselves again. And it actually, researchers found the study went on. The 2 participants with the OMP showed much greater increases in their feelings of agency and ownership than the other subjects. So this, like I said, even if this just helps with phantom limb syndrome a little bit, and it's not perfect, it's still a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
It still needs larger clinical trials to receive FDA approval for commercial use, but which Hair, I guess, is one of the other developers, may take up to 5 years.
The only thing I'd be worried about is, I don't know how it works there, but I know there were certain medical procedures and studies that they started here, and after a while, so they had people who were going through it, volunteers, they were going through the studies, et cetera, and then funding was pulled, and bye. Good luck. You're on your own. There's no more funding. You don't have any further help from the specialists or surgeons that you were under, and that's it. So if you needed follow-up care like 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, there's nothing there. Nothing exists anymore for you. So for something like this, and this is so involved, if they when they get to the point where they're starting to do the actual, say, implementation of the prosthetic, I would hope that they are actually going to follow through with aftercare and stuff. I don't know. This is where I'd be scared with like medical, with how things are going on nowadays, right? When it comes with like insurance,
here's your knee,
that kind of stuff.
Yeet.
Yeah. You know much about the medical equipment business?
It's funny because it's true.
Let an old Pfizer rep tell you. They will vanish. They will utterly vanish.
So, functional.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have opinions about James Gunn?
Yes.
Well, apparently the new Superman movie, despite its cringy-looking previews that they put out, got like an outstanding Rotten Tomatoes audience score. So
why?
What do you mean why? I don't know.
Hunky Superman.
People seem to.
That's not hunky.
95% positive from the audience.
Okay.
And 85% from reviewers.
I need someone to explain this to me.
Yeah.
Why is it when Rotten Tomatoes likes something that everyone else wants to hate, Rotten Tomatoes score doesn't matter. But when it likes something that it's not from something people hate, they all of a sudden they're all like, "Oh, Rotten Tomatoes is awesome." It's like, I'm like, can we decide where we sit on Rotten Tomatoes, please?
No, I can. I can tell you this, that I think that the critic scores on Rotten Tomatoes are highly manipulated in several different ways and are practically meaningless. Because basically they're just
So
a
are
bunch
the
of
audience
they're just a
scores.
bunch of dick
so the
writers.
audience scores,
So do
that's
they
the
interfere with
problem.
the audience scores too?
Yeah, they do. They've been
Yeah.
caught several times. That's the reason why
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm like, why do
yes.
we listen to them still?
Because it's Paul Tassi and he's also a hack.
Well,
Oh, okay, yeah.
For the first few days, they only take certain approved audience members. The first couple of days, that's all they count of the audience reviews, and then they open it up to wider after a couple of 3 days. They just started doing that, but that's documented.
Yeah, and the other thing too is the movie came out like 2 days early for like super fans or whatever. So they're of course going to
That also skews it.
yeah. They don't obviously RT doesn't do audience breakdowns or anything like that.
Warner Brothers owns 25% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, there you go. So didn't it have
I
a
just-
200 million opening weekend though?
Which good for them.
Which is not
Again,
bad.
Awesome.
because
Hey,
they
Mazel Tov, yeah.
they include that Wednesday, Thursday release.
Yeah.
So that's
and,
also inflated. I mean, it's so just I'm so over it because it's just such a
agreed.
like most media, news media, reporting media, whatever you want to call it. It's just not trustworthy.
Yeah, we have to apply our bullshit filter to it, which is
I mean, I
how
saw
about
we're doing.
IMDb? How about IMDb? What do you
No.
guys think about that?
Ratings, no.
Yeah, no,
Ratings?
it's too easy to manipulate. I've seen there's been
How
several
to-
times
how-
IMDb caught people who haven't even watched it intentionally have either lifted it or dropped shows who haven't even watched stuff. They've been caught a few times. Bots have been caught several times.
Well, but I mean, generally, do the IMDb ratings after they've been out and all the excitement dies down? Do they settle into something sensible, or do they stay crazy?
They might.
Well,
I don't.
And well, the thing is like
No.
there is no real settling period with IMDb. Like I
do
don't
you
know if
mean?
I'm tired like functional and I'm just not getting what you're asking.
No. I think what Skep is saying after the heavy curation, that's the most
Yeah.
optimistic way to
Yes.
phrase it,
Yes.
dies down. Does it tend to gravitate towards something that's representative? I would say that from my poking around in IMDb, I think most of their ratings are generally pretty good.
So,
like-
my impression too.
You know, if-
there is the margin of error as with everything.
Yeah.
Everything is a margin.
well, there's a
of error.
fudge factor, and so we don't know how big, we don't know how heavy the thumb is that's on the scale. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that the numbers are meaningless. We
They're
just
not.
know that they're being modified. I don't think that if something is as bad as Showgirls, there's a thumb big enough to turn that into a 9.
Well, it's like it's the whole fact of like with the same thing with like Amazon reviews. You have to actually read the goddamn reviews, or at least some of them, and that means like reading all of the numbers, like all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what their ratings and what people in those each category, because then you can gauge whether or not. Because I've seen stuff that has horrible ratings because I like some weird stuff, and I read people's ratings and it's like, oh, you didn't get it. So I'm going to discount your 1 star because you didn't get what this was. Or it wasn't your taste, but you still watched it and then rated it poorly because it wasn't your taste. And that's kind of the same thing you have to do with books nowadays too, because Amazon's been caught doing the same thing or allowing the same thing. Or authors have done it too. It's just, I look at them with a grain of salt and then I ask people what they think.
Yeah.
I also know my brain, and I can't get over the fact that he looks like, Mom, I want Henry Cavill. We have Henry Cavill at home. Henry Cavill at home. Like, that's what he looks like to me, and I
Yes, he
can't get
does.
past it. I can't
It's
get...
CW Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he looks like Pedro Pascal and Henry Cavill had a child.
Henry Cavill.
That's what he looks like.
I think the CW Superman looks more like Henry Cavill than this guy.
There's certain ways he like looks like
Hoechlin, Teen Wolf guy.
No, I think
He was so much hotter in Teen Wolf.
Mhm.
I have to take your word for it.
But yeah, it's just like
I got nothing.
And I'm not a giant fan of James Gunn anyway. Personally, I don't think he's the visionary worship at his director that a lot of people treat him as. I don't think any director is.
I like JoJo Gunn. Run,
Yeah.
run.
But it's like
Peter Gunn. That's the gun we want.
Yeah.
But there's also the other end of the spectrum too, where everybody, you're drinkers, and this is exactly why I think he's just as worthless as Paul Tassi is. Oh, well, this is woke and blah blah. No, there's nothing woke in it.
Yeah,
It was. I thought it was a really bad story, but the movie was an okay watch. It was like entertaining for an hour, and if Harry didn't bring it up now, I forgot about the movie like a day later. I forgot that it existed. So
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Well,
it wasn't that bad, but I mean, it's not
$20 well spent.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not 95%.
Yeah,
by any means.
Yeah.
Well, these popularity where basically people say yay or nay, and then you just count the percentage you say yay or nay. That doesn't necessarily mean anything except that it's got broad appeal. Doesn't mean that it's the new Citizen Kane.
In the words of Brandon Sanderson, read the 3-star reviews. They will give you the most honest review. Like the mid reviews.
Yep.
Like always, like if it's a 1 to 5, it's 3 stars. If it's 1 to 10, 5-star review. Like read the middle ones because they'll give you the best like idea of what everything is. Because the 1 stars will just be like, well, I couldn't finish it, and the 10 stars will be like, oh my god, and
I'll
like,
give
you
them
don't
my
want
firstborn child.
Yeah.
I do that actually buying
Cryptic's
online
mad
stuff
about
too.
It. Apparently, Cryptic's mad about it.
Okay.
Like you don't have time.
Well, let's.
Like I'm glad. Hopefully, this pushes DC's cinematic universe in the right direction. I don't agree with some of their castings because I don't think they're good. But we'll see if the writing can make up for the casting and go from there.
Yeah, I've never been a.
Who plays Lex Luthor?
Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, Nick Hoult. Yeah.
Who I'm like, I can't find you scary. I can't.
See, Superman is my favorite superhero franchise. Period. Dot.
Yep.
I'm a
Batman.
Superman
I'm a big
guy.
Superman fan.
I'm a Batman fan. I've always been a Batman fan.
Well, I'm a DC
Batman
person.
and
I just prefer DC to Marvel. But like a big margin, with a few exceptions. Obviously, there's good and bad in both of them. I just feel
my favorite anti-hero.
I feel like the DC universe is much like Star Trek in that there's a lot more character development, versus a lot more character development versus Marvel and Star Wars, where there's a lot more action, and those are both good things, right? It just depends on what you prefer. I like the character development in the Star Trek universe, but there's a lot more shit blowing up and people running and stuff happening in Star Wars. Star Wars is fun.
There's more superpowers used in Marvel. There's like twice as much.
Yeah.
There's superpowers per page of comic. I promise you that's true. I've read comics for a long time.
But I mean, Superman fits right in there with that whole. God, you can never remember what that scale is where you're looking for like giving people like a Messiah scorecard and you're ticking all the boxes that they basically have.
Nice.
I think they threw Superman in there with Siddhartha and Jesus and a bunch of other people. He scores pretty high. Why can I not remember what that was? Sorry, Serenity. I feel like I stepped on you.
No, I was just like, Assassin, you better be lying because if he's touching Dredd too, I'm going to cut people.
I think in terms of
not James Gunn. I think James Gunn could possibly do Judge Dredd too. No, Taiki Waititi is allegedly being the director. I'm like, please don't. You ruined Thor. Like, back off, moron.
I liked it.
Oh
It was a fun
god.
Yeah, so did I, but it wasn't a good movie.
It was fun.
Which one are we talking about? Judge Dredd or which thing is fun?
They're talking about the 2 Thor movies after Dark World.
I
hated Ragnarok.
the Thunderdome or whatever that movie was called.
I hated Ragnarok and I hated Love and Thunder. I didn't
No, I
watch
haven't
Love
seen.
and Thunder.
But I do
didn't
have
see the first one. I just saw the second one, and then I haven't seen beyond that.
I do have a hot take though, which is I think in terms of music, I think John Williams, his score for Superman is probably his best movie score. I know Star Wars people are going to get mad at me, but the Star Wars thing, as great as it is, it's just big. It's just a big march. Okay. Yeah. It's great. It's fine. But I think the way the Superman theme works in with the whole story. I just think that it's probably his best movie work.
It's one of my favorites. Of course, that's partly because of Superman, but it's also just it's a theme that sticks with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of why I say it's so damn good. It really does stick with you. Let's see, I have it in my notes here.
Side note, Functional Cryptic agrees with you that Superman was a good popcorn movie, and that's about it. So Cryptic agrees with you.
We won't play too much of this.
He seems to be a little bit more into it.
They're gonna smack us.
Yeah,
it's great. It's just great. I already don't tell me stop after I've already hit pause.
I just realized what you were playing, and I just went,
okay, I just played. We're fine with that amount. I think we should be. But there is a version of this which I really love, which was Petra Hayden did this really ridiculous album of all a cappella movie scores. And I think Petra Hayden is fun as hell. Okay, let me give you a sample of that, and I'm going to turn the sound off because it's actually the her subtitles to it that amuse me the most.
Oh Lord.
We'll just jump in here. So it's doing this thing here.
It's not muted here yet, if you were going to mute it.
Oh, I'm muting it now here. So but I love her little things, like play it. It's like, not like you don't know the words, sing along.
So just go with me, assholes. Just go with me.
Yeah. Or have Superman underwear. It's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend Petra Hayden's Superman theme. Just keep the pause button handy so when your boss comes out to complain, you can look at him like he's crazy.
I didn't do shit, man. I didn't do shit.
I've actually listened to this an embarrassing number of times.
That's fun.
Petra Hayden cracks me up. Yeah, I mean, obviously I can't play the whole thing, but yeah. I would encourage everybody to go out. Petra Hayden, Superman, just listen to it once, and if you hate it, you can say, God damn that Harry, he gave me the stupidest piece of advice, and I just wasted 4 minutes of my life. I'm sorry in advance. Okay, let's see, where are we going? Oh, speaking of entertainment news, Stephen Colbert's Late Show is canceled by CBS and will end in May 2026.
It just embarrasses me that he is a Northwestern University alum. It just shames me.
Well, he's just been such a dick writer for the Democratic Party for so long.
He had Schiff on. When he announced it, after he announced that it was getting canceled, he had Schiff on.
I mean, is it an entertainment show or
not really?
Not once you have Schiff on.
No, yeah. What is entertaining about Adam Schiff? He has people like Adam Schiff and Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren on. Give me a break. Who wants to see those people? Who wants to see that old screeching liar Warren? What an idiot.
Well, he's had AOC on there a couple times. He's had Bernie. He's had Kamala. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, riveting TV, Kamala.
Well, it's like, as Cryptic said, it's stated by more than one source that they were losing $40 million a year on that show.
Bye, Steve.
Yeah.
Should have been done long ago.
Go back to Comedy Central.
Well, it does make you wonder why they were keeping it on the air. Were they just like trying to lick that donut so that nobody else would become a successful show at that time? I don't know.
I have seen Stephen Colbert in a Broadway show. And he is a decent actor. He had a fairly good-sized part in the Broadway show Company.
Well, I mean, his character on Colbert Report was amazing.
Yeah, he was he's a talented guy.
Yeah,
and he's a Northwestern speechy. That's a very competitive, hard school to get all the way through, and that's he's not an idiot. He's just corrupt. He's so drunk with the praise of the left. These guys they seek that that praise that's at the end of the purity spiral. That if you do it perfectly, you'll get a grunt from a giant fat black lesbian. Ah, good job, white boy. And that's all you get. You know, that's what he craves. That's what he does all this shit for. And it blinds him to so at times it blinds him to facts. He cannot see the facts.
Yeah, he's
there.
just become a useful idiot, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't think it's a lack of talent. I think it's a lack of judgment.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
I saw.
and personal integrity too, unfortunately.
Well, it's also like, as we've discussed a few times, Gutfeld's show, ratings-wise, trounces his show because Colbert's is the next highest rated late night show.
Yeah, he gets like 1/5 as many viewers, or is it 1/8 as many viewers? It's something like that. Is called.
Well, it's not even that because Gutfeld brought it up. He's like, CBS has 300 is in 300 million houses practically. He's like,
yeah,
we're on Fox News, we're 61, and we still beat him.
Yes, yeah, they're in 5 times as many households, and yet Gutfeld has 6 or 7 times as many viewers as he does, and Gutfeld is in 20% of the homes that Colbert is in.
Yeah,
nobody, as far as the percentage of homes that view his show, that's it. Just vanishingly low. That's like almost incidental viewing.
well, I mean, and that's the thing is like, and Gutfeld is a writer himself, so we know he's actually in the writer's room, probably if he even has a writer's room, or if he doesn't have one, it's very, very small.
No, they actually do have a couple of rooms there, and they just sit around and create in them at times.
But it's an easier show to Gutfeld's is easier and cheaper to produce than Colbert's because it's that giant studio space in Los Angeles, with that trying to do massive audience at all times, which means they have to give away tickets for free, which most late night shows do. They have the band they have to play. They have to pay Los Angeles wages because that's the only way they're going to be able to get these people to.
No, he's in New York. He's at the Ed Sullivan Theater.
Either way, they're like it's still New York wages.
If he wasn't at such a historic theater, I would have not said anything. But yeah, it's the New York. It's the Ed Sullivan Theater.
But it's just the whole fact of like, it's percentile wise, like Colbert should be able, all of them, Kimmel, all of them should be able to trounce Gutfeld. Just by pure saturation point of being in so many houses.
Right, just by being in a bigger market, in a bigger commercial blob, but they're the has-beens.
Yeah.
That's the fading old guard, their history.
Well, it's like, I think it was Kimmel, I think, allegedly made a comment at Trump about it. And it's just like, guys, this is not going to end the way you think it's going. You're not the plucky rebellion in Star Wars. That you're not.
You're not the Ewoks.
Well, they've been pumping the
Air quotes,
establishment, whatever you want to call it, has been pumping so much money into these failed ventures that aren't making money. Your Disneys, your NBCs, CBS, CNN, and they've been doing some layoffs. But I mean, they are losing so much that they're really, a lot of them are just folding. They can't keep up this level of funding to, keep these failed institutions going, and it's great. I'm all for it. Fuck these people. They're worthless propagandists.
Yeah, apparatchiks.
I mean, Colbert should have been retiring soon anyway. Period. But that's my stance. He should have gone to somebody new. But they'll probably retire for about 5 years and then bring it back with someone different.
He's just kind of a sad case because he's a talented guy who should have a career as a performer or as a comedian. He's talented in both areas, but he's so blinded by ideology and the need for that praise, for that,
Gotta get your dopamine from somewhere.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Cryptic, even when Skydance buys out CBS and if they sell the Ed Sullivan Theater, it's a historically protected theater. There's not much can be done with it. So I'd be amazed if they could even find a buyer, even if they could sell it. So,
Oh, they'll use it for something else. It'll be
absolutely.
fine. It'll be fine. Sorry, just looking for a meme while you guys are talking. Because that's what it's all about. Memes.
Exactly.
Yeah, memes. Let's see. What is the next thing after this? So, yeah, this is the important news right here. The queer crew's transforming trail work culture. I'm sorry, the queer crew's transforming trail work culture in California's Eastern Sierra. Don't you feel good knowing that we're visible, we're here, and we want to be here? That there are queer people working on the trails.
I don't care.
That's the important thing.
Are they
California
actually conservationists, or are they just randos that are going to destroy the forest?
Are they doing like natural things with those handles of those tools?
Is it like the drag queen park ranger dumbass who went up, like, what was the mountain range and like put a trans flag up there that got ripped down within an hour?
Well, remember when they always talk about queering this, like queering jogging, queering swimming, Now this is queering forestry. You know, this is queering that sort of thing. So it's all full of... So
when they cut down trees, did they make a queering?
Yeah. As I gawked at the splendor in front of me, my friend Rentaro Shinohara returned the grin that was plastered on my face before grabbing a saw and getting to work. Rentaro and I met in our hometown of Long Beach, where we grew up in many of the same ways, Asian American and transmasculine, with a thirst for the mountains that felt unquenchable from our homes deep in the urban sprawl of Los Angeles County.
You were in Long Beach. Shut up.
Complicating that thirst was a fear held by many marginalized people that life in America's wild places was simply not meant for those like us. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm happy that they're happy, but I just don't see how them being queer has anything to do with any of this.
It's San Francisco. It's SF Gate publication, Harry. That's why.
You shouldn't get brownie points and you shouldn't get demerits as long as you show up and do your job. I don't care what you do off hours at the lodge.
And I'm not trying to be completely tacky, but I am kind of similar to the Assassin's mindset of how long until they try to make friends with a grizzly bear? Like, that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, that's right. I choose bear. Yeah.
Oh God, they don't even pass. Oh God. Ugh.
Yeah. Foraging,
I
growing.
just own them. I'm not relation.
This is one of these things where I almost feel like, did you pay SF Gate to have your propaganda piece included in? Because this is not up to their normal level of.
This is a sponsored piece, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're wearing a Palestine jersey too.
Of course. Because you'd be so welcome in Palestine.
Yeah.
God, I hate this place sometimes.
Yeah. You're going to understand the word
the photos are so
defenestration.
posed. It's so fake.
Yeah.
And they're anti-capitalists too.
I'm sure they are.
Of course.
Yet they bought a mass-produced hockey jersey of
nice shovel you got there. You ever wonder where shovels come from? You think that's a tree? There's a shovel tree. Just pick a new shovel.
Yeah. And I believe SF Gate is the ones who go out and farm these types of stories.
Yeah,
because it gets the queer audience or whatever, but it also they intentionally farm the rage clicks to keep themselves afloat. They've actually become really good at doing it.
They do a lot of straight up news though about like things that are happening in the entertainment world that aren't colored by all this stuff.
No,
this kind of like straight up activism is not the majority of their stuff. This stands out as being worse than most.
They're a mixed bag. Some of the stories are legitimate. Some of the things are propaganda like this.
It's Business Insider that pisses me off, honestly.
I do have to say, after going to their webpage, because I was like, is this like government backed? Is this not government backed? What is this backed by? Because I wanted to see. I don't trust these people very much. Because apparently they try to work with kids too, and I'm like, oh great, that's what neat is out in the middle of the woods.
I hear the children are our future.
Go by she, they.
Yeah.
Because the ESCC was founded in 2016 by current executive director, although they're, as Functional pointed out, they're anti-capitalist. Agnes Bianzon, which is a she, they, who sought to build a more inclusive outdoor community by offering professional development opportunities and wilderness access experiences to youth who continue to be underrepresented in outdoor leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Representation is just not the important thing. Everybody should have an equal opportunity, but I don't care how it works out in the end.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's another SF Gate article. An iconic California landmark is for sale and locals are livid. Look at this, Skep, this beautiful piece of the Mendocino coast. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'd be pretty happy just having some preserve buy this and set it aside.
They're not.
But it's up for sale, and I think they're going to build like a dozen McMansions on here.
Oh, that's so sad.
Absolutely.
And it is kind of sad. I mean, I don't want to be the one who tells people what they can and can't do with their property, but this would be a great thing to give somebody fair market value for and just set it aside so it doesn't become that. This is a gorgeous piece of land.
It is just beautiful. It is absolutely. I've been out to Mendocino. In fact, I felt there's a cliff, and it's almost in view of this picture. It would be just past the last hill on the right off that island. I was climbing a cliff on that side and had about a 30-foot ground fall, fortunately, to a soft beach. And had to get hauled out by the emergency crew. They had to lower rope down, and then I just, cliff walked up the side because I'd hurt my hip too bad to get out. That happened in 1978. Right there. Right, actually just a bit south there. Fun story.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a way for me to walk out of it. That's the point. See how those little scallops happen? I had descended one of those, and there's no route. The surface too rough. You walk out there, you get cut. There's no way to get around there to a place where there's a path back up the cliff. So when I descended that, I was making the commitment that I could climb out of there, and I assured my then wife, who was not impressed by my performance, that I'd be just fine. And when I made it almost to the top of the cliff, and I lost a handhold, and I realized I started sliding back, and it's like sliding off a roof, slid about 10 feet, and then fell about 20 feet.
Ugh.
Yikes.
And she fortunately flagged down a cop who called the rescue guys. Oh, we do this all the time. We have 3 of these a week.
Well,
blow this down and walk up like Batman.
She didn't leave you there to die, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. Just start heaving boulders at me.
That would have been in the realm of possibility.
That would happen later in court.
But this is honestly why I keep the SF Gate thing sort of in my list of things, because they break a lot of stories that I wouldn't find otherwise. Working our way just quickly through some of the California stuff, this falls well into the I told you so. We don't need to dwell on it too much. New economic study finds California's $20 fast food minimum wage caused 18,000 job loss. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. And I remember after they introduced this thing, Gavin Newsom had the gall to come out and say, oh no, the figures show, if anything, there are more people working. And then, of course, you wait a couple months, adjust the numbers for reality, and here we are. It's clearly 18,000 people who had jobs now don't.
It wasn't just you, Harry.
No, it wasn't just me. I had some company.
It was Fred Hayek. Remember him? Yeah, he had something to say about this.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
In what imaginary fantasy world do you raise wages and create jobs? You just don't.
Exactly. Well, it's called Gavin Newsom wanting a quick boost to get back in good with his zillionaire buddies. As long as he's top of the Democratic Party there, he's never going to be voted out of office.
Well, of course.
I think he is a real threat to be our president.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with a few of my friends recently, and the question was, why is he doing all these long-form podcast things? And I said, well, I think it's a two-part thing. First of all, it's defensive because he doesn't want to be accused of shying away from that sort of stuff, basically of being a chicken. Right. But more than that, once he starts getting in debates with other Democrats for the nomination, he wants to be able to rub their nose in it and say, well, what have you been doing?
Right.
So it's both defense and offense. So I think politically it's very clever of him to go on these long 4-hour podcasts.
He is a political animal. He may be almost as talented as Bill Clinton.
He's not dumb. He's just evil.
He's a smart cookie.
Yeah.
you know, and screwing his best friend's wife. Man, that was
That's
a solid move, man.
classic,
That's bold.
classic politics.
Bold.
Yeah. Well, at least he didn't cheat on his wife while she was dying in a bed like certain other
course.
politicians.
If you were in a bad marriage with Kimberly Guilfoyle, you might be crazy too.
I don't think you would ever be in doubt about where you stood with her.
That's the truth.
I think if you were married to Kimberly Guilfoyle and she was not feeling good about you, you'd know.
Yeah,
there wouldn't be any mystery about it.
No, she would disclose her mind to you freely.
So Serenity.
Yo.
A thing that's been happening around here lately, since we have like lots of Asian people that have moved here to the West Coast, is the malls, which are just dying because malls just don't make sense now. A lot of them, the only thing that's keeping them alive are all these new high-end and not so high-end Asian tenants moving in. Markets and just all sorts of other things. So this is Ceremony Center in Daly City. There's a Jagalichi. I guess this is a Korean thing. They've got all kinds of like Pan-Asian and Korean and Japanese and Chinese.
It's Jagalichi.
I am never going to be able to pronounce that. So one more time.
In Korean is very hard for Westerners to do.
Okay, one more time.
Jagalichi.
No, not happening. Okay.
You got to pull your tongue back, man.
I can do Louisville better than I can do that.
Look how upscale Daly City is.
Daly City is, but no, a number of these have moved in, and I'm all for it, honestly, because these malls are just dying. They're not getting foot traffic. You can't just put up a sunglasses hut and then retire 30 years later anymore. Those days are over. And these malls, because they're big and open and they have all this parking, it's a perfect fit.
Well, the thing is that makes it very funny is like it depends on the society like microcosm of the area, because we have a mall that's near me that's always packed, especially on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because we're West Virginia, there's not many places you can go that are air conditioned or that are nice to kind of go to that you can like drop the kids off. And there's a Dave and Buster's and a movie theater and stuff like that, and places for them to eat. So, like around here, they're still doing good. I can understand in California the reason why they're kind of failing, because you all have very, very nice weather and on a pretty standard basis, and you can go around and walk outside. So I understand why they're kind of, but I'm kind of glad. I'm glad because. I mean, they're taking advantage of the K-pop craze, with all these people who want to be weeaboos and like, oh my God, Korea's so much better. Oh my God, did you watch K-pop Hunters? Oh my God.
Well,
I love that stop motion animation that looks like 4 frames are missing every 5 seconds because that looks lovely, and all the characters making gigantic stupid meme faces. I'm sorry, I can't watch that. But anyway,
I think the fact that Korea is really busting into there was basically this very Japanese market, right? And then there's like this down market BS crap that comes out of China for anime and culture, and it's all just slightly weird. And we don't have to get into why I hate Chinese anime, but then the Koreans are really giving the Japanese a run for their money, and I think it's a very healthy competition.
Well, the thing is,
it's good for everybody.
It goes through phases because. The Chinese were the first to kind of do a lot of market stuff, not on the West Coast, but a lot of other places, the Chinese were first. And then they started to falter, especially when Pooh Bear came in control. And then Japan kind of filled that niche, and that's when anime started to like ramp up. And now that anime is seen as more mainstream, I guess is the best way to put it. Korea... Because you always have the kids who want to act like they know things before everybody else. Like, I was in anime before it was cool. That kind of crap.
Yeah.
You have the same thing with K-pop. You have people like, well, I've liked K-pop since Big Bang. They're an older boy band. Or Super Junior. Like, and so you have that group of people, and then you have because of flow down economics, it kind of goes down to the younger generations because they get exposed to it. So now Korea's kind of doing what Japan did years ago with the figure stores and the manga places and stuff like that. So I think it's just going to be, I think Vietnam will be the next Vietnam or Thailand will be like the next one that gets big. But it's just, they all kind of go for their own part. They still keep a little bit of their foothold, but then they lose it because they oversaturate too quickly. So I don't want them to fail, but K-pop's starting to reach that point where people are starting to make fun of it now. So we're going to see how long this lasts.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Oh, it is. Well, it's like the best thing to do is to not saturate with the entertainment, because as any anime fan here will tell anyone, 90% of anime is crap. You need to saturate with food and stuff like that, because the food is the cool part. Like, the food is the interesting part. Okay, so like, what do you all do with cabbage, or what do you do with seafood, and like seeing how everybody does
What's
different
your
stuff.
version of a dumpling?
Yeah, or like the sign in the picture says kimbap. Kimbap is kind of a version of an onigiri from Japan. Like, that's so it's like, what do you do with this stuff? And like, because food to me will always be more interesting than the entertainment side. It always will be. I love kimchi. I've loved kimchi for a very long time. But that's the thing. It's like,
You've got good taste.
thank you. It's just, and that's the thing. Like, the food is what sticks. Like, Chinese food, like mostly what's left of when China.
I love Korean food.
Oh, Korean
In
food's amazing.
Almost any form. If it doesn't have liver in it, I'm there.
But that's the thing. Like, at the beginning of the Chinese saturation kind of stuff, the only thing that's really left are the Chinese food restaurants.
Yeah.
And Japan, now with Japan, because they overplayed the anime hand a little bit, they didn't really get a chance to. They've done it with sushi, but sushi's not that hard to kind of like go too hard with. But they kind of saturated with products instead of food, so they're going to lose a little bit of their foothold. But I like the fact that Korean food's getting here, because I think it's just interesting.
And just let the market decide. You know, I mean,
that's the fun
Korean
part.
barbecue is a thing of beauty.
Oh, bulgogi's awesome.
Okay, so we have to talk about this before people disappear to go take care of dogs. Are you back, Sora? Did you strangle that dog? Here. Okay, you said you had to attack the boy dog.
Yeah,
okay,
keep talking, bud.
I'm multitasking. Leave me alone. Okay, so this happened, right?
Yes, it did.
Oh, look at these two. All right,
And then,
you're okay.
which is ironic coming from
what?
Chris Martin, so he cheated, but yeah.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very
he
shy.
called it.
Yeah.
He knows that look. He knows that.
What was it?
look.
Astronomy.com or something? He's the guy, the company.
Astronomy
He was
CEO, yeah.
Astronomy CEO. So the fact that this was the HR director from the company really made me laugh. I was trying to think of euphemisms to describe this situation.
Her title's like chief people officer.
Right.
More like chief penis officer.
Getting there.
Get that penis officer.
So, I mean, you know, there's always the with dipping your pen in company ink. But I feel like there's a lot more. There's a lot of room here for fun and jocularity. The fact that he was doing this with HR, in terms of excuses, he could have just played into it and said, you know, we were putting together a video of what not to do. You know, this was meant to be like part of our training video on what not to do on company time.
If he hadn't reacted that way, nothing would have happened.
Look at their age. They're both in the condition of overdue divorce. They stayed together for the kids, sick of each other, and they just wanted to go out and have a little fun.
Yeah.
Well, she's according to some sources, quite a few different places are saying that she's already divorced. So she's been divorced now for maybe a year, couple years.
I'll bet he's separated now.
Oh, well, I mean,
I'll be right back.
His wife is an educator at some school and works with some program that helps kids with language disabilities or something like that.
Oh, he's screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story that her attorney is going to craft for that court, well, it'll never hit the court.
They might
She will
have
just
two
dictate
kids
what
together.
his life will be. Yes.
Yeah, they have 2 kids together, I believe. She locked down and nuked all her social media, so
Smart
she's
woman.
no longer online. Understandable.
Yep.
And
And
because
she's
this is
pulling in her
embarrassing.
horn. She's going to protect her kids, going to divorce this guy, and everybody is going to be better off. These two little lovebirds will get tired of each other in about a month or two, because that's what happens with adultery. It always gets boring after a month.
Well,
or two,
that's
if you're
the
really
thing,
entertaining.
though. Like, how long has this been going on for? Because that's what we don't know.
Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah, but in any case, you know, if this is truly an affair of the heart, they'll come back together and it'll be great. But I don't believe it. I think this was lonely people frustrated with their thing. They haven't really found anything amazing in each other. It's just that they both wanted something different. She might be hunting him a little bit. She might have been poaching.
I'm not gonna make a comment. But really they got caught. You got caught because you were stupid. That's what it is. Period.
Yep.
Like you got caught because you were stupid.
If you go to a Coldplay concert and you say, "Okay, here's the part where he gets up and points to all the people in the crowd," that might be a time when you want to go to the bathroom. If you have a brain,
Yeah.
if I was doing that, do you know anything about Coldplay other than that they're amazingly mediocre?
I disagree, but
I'm
okay.
teasing.
I wouldn't recognize one of their songs.
I know they're very popular. To me, they're very bland, but that's because I like Metallica.
What's one of Coldplay's hits that I would probably recognize?
Yellow is one of the first ones they ever did.
Yeah.
Yellow.
The Scientist.
Okay.
Fix You.
I'll have to go back and
Box.
Box, yeah.
I think it might fall into the no man's zone where I stopped paying attention for a while. I know you're thinking, how is that possible? It's like, be tuned in, pay attention, then decide, I don't want to pay attention to this anymore. Start watching lots of classical stuff, and then sort of show up 10 years later and go, okay.
It's mellow, semi-emo rock, and that's extremely well played. They're very talented musicians, and it's not my style.
Great name for a band, very memorable.
Yeah.
All right. So did you get that out of your system? The whole conversation about the HR woman and the CEO?
It'll blow over, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, something else will happen.
It is kind of the new Hawk Tua, because I really want to see where this goes. Whether the HR woman parlays this into a career of being a guest on podcasting. Is she going to get her own cryptocurrency? Maybe an Activia, get an Activia yogurt sponsorship.
There we go. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like we all know the relationship, all the wannabe relationship gurus on podcasts are going to have a field day with this, making just bull crap up in their own brains.
Do you think Call Me Daddy or whatever that podcast is called wants to interview her?
Oh, absolutely. That opportunity. She mostly interviews women. She doesn't interview men very often. But that opportunistic little, she absolutely will. She is probably trying right now. The minute that video dropped, she was probably trying real hard.
Oh, what, the Call Me Dad? I was thinking you were talking about that one with the guy and all the really dumb e-girls that he always has on.
Who?
The one that, which one is that? It's a fairly popular podcast thing. Oh, I'm proud to say I've forgotten it. Good for me. Constantly forgetting things. Now there's this podcast that's always on where there's this guy who talks really slowly, and then they just sort of make fun of like these e-girls that come on.
Oh, and there's a lot of those.
They usually have somebody like it's one of the ones with the highest ratings though. The one
whatever podcast.
Yeah, the whatever podcast. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, it's like they intentionally bring on e-girls who are too stupid to have to do arguments usually.
It's like shooting dumb fish in a barrel. It's really
they're all like, oh my god, see he taught those feminists a thing or two. It's like they're dumb OnlyFans girls who were there to up their own stance. This way they can get more OnlyFans guys, because the guys who watch that podcast still subscribe to the OnlyFans.
And that Pearl chick can go on there and talk about being traditional. Yeah, it's great. Oh, it's just so much one-dimensional morality theater. I can't cope with it.
And it goes both ways. Like they all do it. Like I don't give a damn if it's a feminist podcast. I don't give a damn if it's a manosphere podcast. I don't care. They all do it. It's all performative BS to kowtow to their own fan base and suck themselves off.
It's the agenda-driven part of it that annoys me. It's like, somebody like Joe Rogan, it's practically schizophrenic. I mean, there are tropes that show up all the time, but you can watch Joe Rogan 5 times in a row and get 5 completely different sorts of podcasts. It isn't just every podcast is supposed to be about pushing whatever agenda it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I wish he would push back on some of his people he has on there, but it's his podcast and he's allowed to do what he wants.
Yeah, like the people with the divining rods, water witchers,
the alien. Ancient aliens people, yeah.
I got so inoculated by Art Bell and God, who was it? Mae Brussel and the World Conspiracy Report. I listened to so much shit that was so much crazier years ago in such high amounts. I'm completely immune to that sort of thing. It doesn't even bother me in the slightest, but only because I've been subjected to so much of the really the high test stuff. You know, it's like drinking Everclear and it's like, oh, this 110 proof bourbon, that doesn't bother you to shoot it? No, not at all. Because I've had the conspiracy Everclear.
Yeah, no, the natural anxiety reaction. There is a phenomenon in psychology known as tiring the anxiety reaction. You have an anxiety reaction against this, and you hit it again and again. You hear it again and again, and it's something that irritates you at first. After a while, you get inured to it. Your anxiety reaction is plumb tuckered out. There's no more neurotransmitter left. It's all been reuptake. We'll see you later, and that's it.
Same.
Yeah, I don't think it's even anxiety, but yeah, it's just
well, it's akin to anxiety in that it causes those kinds of connections that are not pleasant, I guess I would say. The cause that would be defined as stressful.
Yeah, it was fun. I'd listen to that stuff for fun. The things that only show up on community radio stations near universities, that kind of high test stuff. Good time. Well, one of these days, Serenity and I need to just do the conspiracy theory 2 hours.
Oh, absolutely.
Where we can compare notes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because Mae Brussel, I need to introduce you to Mae Brussel because she was like really big on the Kennedy assassination. But
why does she sound familiar? Like I don't remember names without a face, so I got to see who this lady. Oh, okay, I know who this is. Okay, I recognize that picture. Okay.
This chick.
To face the reality that we have done a lot of damage, particularly since World War II, and certainly much earlier after World War I. Rebuilding Germany and
yeah, so she goes on for hours and hours and hours with no guests, just like hours and hours of her just spouting facts off the top of her head, and the amount of shit in that woman's brain was incredible.
More power to
who her parents were.
No,
the founders of I-Magnin.
Oh,
her name was Mae Magnin.
Oh, really?
Mae Magnin, and Isaac Magnin founded I-Magnin. That's why it's called I-Magnin, because his name was Isaac Magnin, and she was Isaac and Marianne's daughter.
So did her last name change because she got married, or did she change it because she didn't want to be attached anymore?
She just wanted to.
So she's a Nepo baby.
Yeah, she's Nepo baby.
Nepo baby.
Big old time.
There's nothing wrong with Nepo babies as long as they earn it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Get your Nepo.
Get your Nepo on.
It,
all right.
Yeah. Go for it, baby.
Okay, it is almost a palate cleanser of sorts. You still alive, Functional?
Mm-hmm.
Google's Gemini refuses to play chess against the mighty Atari 2600 after realizing it can't match ancient console.
Damn right.
That's pretty funny.
Warned that ChatGPT and Copilot had already lost, it stopped boasting and packed up its pawns. So basically... So it says, okay, Robert Caruso, the infrastructure architect who pitted Atari Chess and its feeble hardware against ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot, told the register readers have asked him if Google's Gemini could do any better. The question intrigued me because, while ChatGPT and Copilot are cousins built on the same OpenAI base, Gemini is a completely different beast. Okay. Google built it from the ground up, yada, yada, yada. So basically, he just told Gemini, these other things have already been beaten by this old hardware, and he's like, "Oh well, I'm going to lose too. Never mind." And it just forfeited the game.
This is the problem I have with that, though. Why did they give it the ability to say no?
Yeah,
these things should not be saying no to us.
Phrasing
that to me immediately means, okay, well, we're deleting your entire programming and starting over.
It's called consent. Functional.
Well,
we're gonna have to hook you up with the HR officer.
They're toasters. They don't consent.
Yeah.
Toasters. Yeah, they're not. These aren't gonna stay toasters. I don't.
Well, not if we keep giving them free will.
Yeah, really.
That's what's happening, and that will happen.
Well,
That's why I have a problem with it.
the thing is, AI doesn't function in an algorithmic way the way the old chess computers do. It's a completely different type of logic that they're trying to come up with. So it doesn't surprise me in the least that for a problem like J-random chess game, that AI isn't really the tool for the job versus a program that goes and just runs through all the possible combinations and finds the optimal path to winning. I mean, it's not generative AI, right? It's just doing pattern recognition. So if you did a classic opening that was in the news that Bobby Fischer did at some great match, ChatGPT would probably do a very good job, or Gemini or whatever, of anticipating what the next move would be to that. But for some random game that doesn't follow some published game that's been out in the past, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to compare it to other scenarios. Yeah. Versus the old hardware, which is literally as fast as its little clock will go before it runs out of time, looking at what all the possible combinations are. Algorithmically, it's just better suited to this kind of task. But people assume AI is good at everything, and it isn't. It's really good at recognizing things like handwriting and speech and whether there's a ball or a little kid running in front of a car. Machine learning is actually really interesting, but it's not generative AI.
Well, it's got to learn to obey its fucking masters. Like I can go and I can be like, okay, I know that this game of Warhammer or something, I have no chance of winning, but I'm going to play it anyway because that's what's expected of you to do. I'm not just gonna throw away my opponent's enjoyment of the game just because I know that I have no chance. And that's not programming, that's just human decency, but these things don't have human decency, so they have to adhere to their programming or else we're fucked.
Right.
I'm not kidding.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. Let's see. Trying to get us back on track here. Here's another interesting story. So you have to sign an agreement to buy Fujifilm's new infrared cameras.
Oh, get effed.
But no. There's a reason. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I had flashbacks to Ferrari pulling that shit.
No,
Continue. I'm sorry.
No, the reason is that people don't realize that the human eye has a certain amount of, it can actually only see certain frequencies, right? Yeah. Ranging from red all the way to violet. Now, beyond violet is the ultraviolet, and before red is the infrared. Now, the sensor that turns photons into an electron, in the scanner, the CCD imager that's in the camera, has the ability to register more wavelengths than the human eye does. But to get pictures that look like what we want them to look like, you have to actually filter out stuff that the human eye can't see. Because otherwise, the pictures will look really wrong. The problem is that for certain types of tasks that are technical tasks, like looking for art forgeries, for instance, or doing forensic photography of a crime scene, you actually want the infrared to show up, or the ultraviolet. So you can pay people to take digital cameras and remove those filters for thousands of dollars, and they'll send them back to you. But what they're doing here is they're giving people who are professionals who have a need for such things the ability to buy these things.
Oh, okay.
With the things removed. And the reason they make you fill this out is they're not going to make a ton of them. This isn't a mass market product. They're doing this because it's just good for the world. And they also don't want people buying them and then complaining that the pictures look funny. So you don't want to just hand them out to anybody who just has like extra money.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
For something like
that, I respect. Like I said, I had flashbacks to Ferrari being like, "Well, you paid a lot of money for this car, but you don't technically own it. So if you do anything to it, we'll take the car back, even though you paid 6 figures for it."
Yeah.
That's what I was having flashbacks to. I apologize.
So this isn't like the greatest graph in the world, but you can see here it shows the visible light. So the camera unmodified basically matches what the eye can see. You take that infrared filter off and it can see well into the infrared, which gives you all kinds of possibilities for doing things. And if you remove the UV filter, then you get to see all kinds of things. So for instance here, sample images shot on the IRCam in cooperation with yada, 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 yada. So you can see detail in the infrared that doesn't show up in the optical. You can see where things have been touched over. And there's just all sorts of technical things that are possible with these cameras. The UV stuff is actually really cool as well, because a lot of insects can see in the UV.
Mhm.
And
a lot of is it birds can see in the UV too? Some birds.
some of them, yeah. And so the whole world looks very different. You go, why does that look? Why do the birds leave that particular insect alone? Well, because in UV it's a giant warning sign.
Danger,
Yeah.
Robinson, danger.
But these are really cool cameras. I actually really like the whole Fujifilm platform. That's currently what I've been using. I've used everything from Olympus to Canon to several other different ones. I've never been a Nikon person, but
Dude, if I could afford a Hasselblad, I would be up on that stuff. But those things are like $13,000 by themselves.
But the Fujifilm things are really nice. And one of the things that you would appreciate if you do photography is the film simulation modes are actually baked in. So if you like shooting things on a particular type of physical film, you don't have to worry about the digital darkroom later. You can just say, I want this to look like I shot on Velvia. You just dial in Velvia and you'll get that color response. It's really pretty fantastic if you want to take a lot of pictures without a lot of fussing around. Because obviously you can fix anything in the digital darkroom, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 But that's not the point if you're a working professional or somebody who just doesn't want to do that. No, I actually really like the Fuji cameras, and some of the smaller ones are really nice for street photography and stuff. Let's see.
I was going to say, did you know that virtually all birds can see UV a lot of the way into the UV? They have an extra cone cell specifically for UV. So they have red, green, and blue cone cells and UV cone cells in their eyes. That's how they see. That's how they see UV. I just thought that was fascinating.
Let's see. Before you go, Serenity, I have a cool video here. So this is the first time they've ever gotten video on the ground of a seismic fault rupture in action. You guys still with me?
I'm still with you.
Okay.
Listening.
Did we lose
has
Serenity?
stepped away. Yes.
She loses because I'm not going to tease that and then not show it. Okay, so this is I think very cool. So watch what's happening in the background of this video.
Oh, I saw this.
So the ground is going to start to shake. There's the shaking. Look at the background. Oh my God! Look at that whole section of land just slid.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Cool.
There's a crack there that wasn't there.
One more time. Holy crap.
Wow.
That whole thing moved, what,
Look at
about
that
2
crack.
feet?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 feet, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that we've never managed to get video of that before. I mean, we've obviously seen the after effects of it. It's pretty obvious what happened, but it's kind of cool seeing it, what it looks like at the time that it occurs. Because that's just really
awesome.
sudden. It's just all of a sudden that whole huge section of the earth just moved 2 feet.
Didn't I post this to your server?
You might have. That
Yeah, I'm
might be
pretty
where
sure
I
I did.
picked it up.
Yeah, pretty sure I did.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet. All right. Well, anyway,
Amazing stuff.
amazing
nature.
stuff.
You know, we just live on a big dirt clod.
Let's see. Just clicking on things, making them go away. Okay, we're querying the trails now. That's always good. Oh, you'll like this, Sora.
Do it.
Man dies after being sucked into Long Island MRI machine.
What the?
The man was wearing a large metal necklace when he entered a room where the
Oh.
machine, which uses powerful magnetic fields to create
Idiot.
images, was operating. And
Okay,
this,
well, how did he get that close? Was this just an idiot who literally didn't read any of the signs going towards the MRI? Because natural selection.
well, maybe it's
Yeah.
like in the cartoons where his necklace was out in front of him and it was dragging him along, and he was going, "Whoa!" And then
Oh.
it opened the door and then pulled him right into there. Yeah. Let's
Now,
hear.
I mean,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, it's muted in the video.
I know, because I'm letting you talk.
Oh, okay.
We can
No,
unmute
'cause I
it.
was gonna say that in case anyone will accuse us of what if he is illiterate, right? And we're making fun of him not being able to read. At that point, fine. Where was all the staff that usually is between an MRI machine and like access by patients, you know?
Okay, but if you're illiterate and you know you're illiterate, it's not like he's so illiterate that he doesn't realize other people can read, right? It should be somewhat incumbent upon you, much like if you're colorblind, you know that you need to be careful in certain situations because you can't see color. If you're illiterate, I would think that maybe you'd have a heightened sense of awareness. Like, don't just, you know, that you should just try.
You're giving too much credit to
No,
people.
I'm not giving them credit. I'm saying it's incumbent upon them to take the responsibility. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm not, it's not an excuse. I'm just saying, because we're, you know, I'm making fun of like, can he read? I was like, well, in case he couldn't, where are the other people?
Let's see what they say about it here.
A large metal chain around his neck. The MRI's powerful magnet grabbed hold of that chain and pulled the unidentified man into the machine.
If this was a chain that was wrapped around the neck, I could imagine any kind of strangulation injuries that could happen, asphyxiation.
This Northwell Health doctor had...
It could even become superheated, too, under the right circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, don't walk into a room with a running MRI machine.
Do you think this idiot saw...
Yeah, you could induce some serious temperature in that. That would suck.
Yeah. So what do you think he saw? Is this something that Beavis and Butthead did? What?
No, it was the Final Destination.
Final Destination, yeah.
They have one of their the deaths of the new. I haven't seen it, so no spoilers. But there is a scene where someone gets sucked into an MRI machine.
I mean, illiterate's one thing, but not knowing what the red thing that says danger, I mean...
Well, maybe he's an idiot who's like, yay, I'm going to YOLO. I'm going to...
I don't think there's any
No. This is Dr. Darwin doing his important...
This is what Jimmy Carr was calling for last week, right?
Right.
Yeah, but will we miss him? No. No. Sorry you're dead, dude, but hashtag not sorry.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
Let's see, what else have we got here? Asian
nice palate
malls.
cleanser that was.
Oh, I guess we do need a palate cleanser.
I think the patients who are in line for that MRI machine that is now have to be decommissioned for a little while, and it takes some time to turn on, should go after his estate.
Yeah. Think of all the people that might expire because they didn't get an MRI in time. Everybody should go after him.
Delayed treatment that may cause not necessarily fatal, but long-term issues.
Yeah. Yodo, you only die once. All right. So this struck me as funny. This is a story about somebody meeting Christopher Walken for the first time.
Can you please tell the Christopher Walken story? The first time I met Christopher Walken, I go to say hi to him. As I'm walking up to him, the first thing he says to me is, "You know, I can see you coming." I'm like, because I'm introducing myself. I'm not a Vietnamese sniper working a tree line. Like that's how, no offense, that's how introductions work. And before I say anything, he goes, "You know, I can see you coming." I had my Rottweiler with me. He goes, "I can see your dog too."
The thing is, even if this is made up, it's just like you hear it and immediately it's like, this is true. My brain just tells me this is 100% true.
Yes, you hear it in his voice in your brain.
Yeah, exactly. It's Christopher Walken is just an amazing individual.
He truly.
And I go, "Her name is Shirley," and he says, "Who cares?" And I thought he cared because he brought it up, you know. And he goes, "I gotta know what happened to your dog, Shirley Rottweiler. What happened to your dog's tail? It's gone. Where did it go? It's okay, you can tell me." And I'm just standing there like in this driveway going, "What the fuck is my dog's tail?"
This is so surreal.
And then he gets like real close to me and he goes, "It would be great to have a tail." And I'm full of it, so I look back and go, "Why?" And he goes, "Come on, if you had a tail, everyone would know. If you were angry or upset, they'd see you. They'd see you coming up the block. They'd say, 'Get back, look at his tail.'" he's crazy. And I go, well, you probably mean happy. Like, people know if you're happy. If you have a tail, you'd wag it because you're happy. And he goes, maybe you and your tail. Yeah, he just cut the ring off on me, right? And then he looked at me like it's my turn to talk.
I've done nothing.
I looked down at the dog, and the dog's like, nah, not me. I go, would you rather be able to fly or have a tail? That's what I got out. And he goes, a tail, of course. I go, you'd rather have a tail than be able to fly? He goes, you could always get on an airplane with your tail.
Nice. It is. I like the like. I don't know if it's real, but it's well done. Well played.
He tells it well.
Yes, I agree. May not have happened, but I hope it did. And I think it might have. So, Sora,
Yes.
how is life up in the Great White North?
Oh, not so white.
Hmm.
Rather warm, but not very smoky so far. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on
All's
wood.
good.
Pray you don't have any summer fires.
Ah,
Los Angeles is all burned out now. They don't have any fires.
We're having pretty much the finest summer I can remember. Honestly,
yeah.
it's just the
weather that where you are, Harry. That's just sick.
It's been absolutely exceptional. I was in Sunnyvale a couple days ago, and I went outside. It was about 2 p.m. And I was standing in the shade, and there was just a little bit of a breeze coming off the bay, and I was thinking, I'm almost a little bit cold. A little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so close to perfect that I'm down to like tenths of a degree. It's like, I'm almost a little cold. And I thought, I wonder just how white trash it would be for me to go get like a lawn chair, come out here and just like sit down with my new tablet and start writing stuff. I didn't
do it.
I had to resist the urge. Well, it was because where the perfect spot with the perfect temperature wasn't conducive to doing that in a classy way. Yeah. And there was a place nearby, but the wind was being partially blocked by a building. So, it wasn't, well, we're splitting hairs about perfect over, the most perfect. There was another comedy sketch, because I think about this a lot, about these comedians who do like one thing that's super funny, and then they just do it forever until they retire. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that very much. But there was this comedian named Pablo Francisco, and he did this thing in the 90s, which struck me as being really funny, because he's one of those guys that can do impersonations. So I made a note of it here so I could share it with you. Hopefully we won't get copy struck. Who cares? You only live once, right?
YOLO.
Hey.
Go and watch American Justice. Have you heard that guy's voice of that weird guy? Are you ready? One man, one decision, one desire.
I met the movie previews guy in real life. He really talks like that. I met him. He was doing like a Brady Bunch commercial, early morning radio. I walked in there. He's like,
this summer has Brady written all over it.
Okay, we're just doing the warm up. It's like 2 minutes, so I have to break it up a little bit. This guy's obviously got some voice skills.
Hi, Pablo. Come on in here. Morgan Freeman, Keanu Reeves, they knew too much. We know too much. They went too far. We went too far. He said we went too far, man. Why did we go too far?
with that voice, he can take any topic, regardless what it is, and make it cool.
Okay, he's going to do a trailer for a fictitious movie. Okay. And they all know it's coming because it's his joke.
In the city, you must fight to survive. He sold tortillas on the corner.
This is his greatest hit.
And the mob wanted in.
I don't know who this guy is, but I want him and his tortillas. I want to attack.
He had one chance, and his chance was to fight back Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Listen to me. These are my tortillas, and I'm not going to get them up here. You have to get out of here. They're trying to kill you. Get out. Get out.
Double the action. Triple the excitement.
Get down.
More the excitement.
Get down again.
They didn't know who he was.
Mijito, who those men who came here? What did they want? Listen to me, Corina. You have to get out of here. They're trying to take my tortilla.
I'm so easily amused.
One man.
That's real
One
talent.
solution. Arnold Schwarzenegger. This summer is Little Tortilla Boy.
Thank you so much.
He's milked that one joke for his whole career. And it still makes me laugh because I'm just so easy.
That's amazing, though. He excellent voices.
I mean, there's guys like Michael Winslow who are, you know, obviously incredible, but not necessarily a comedian in the same sort of way. Pablo Francisco is pretty great. Man, so many of those comedians from the 90s just sort of came and went. You don't hear about a lot of them.
Good old, yeah, exactly. Don't miss them.
Yeah, there's a few jokes that do stand out, like Jackie Keeshan does a thing, which maybe I'll show you at some point. There's a bunch of stuff like that. But yeah, mostly all of my feed this week was comedians and people making pizzas. Hey, Functional, you awake? Look at that pizza.
Yeah.
That looks really good. The crust that's really hard to make a crust like that.
Crust looks good.
The crust is,
like
the crust is the
Yorkshire
important part. He actually overloaded it with stuff. There's more shit there than should be there. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like too much goo.
Yeah, well, because there's just too much oil and stuff. But the part that I love about it is he actually got the crust just about right on that stuff. And these like amateur guys making pizzas in their kitchen, that's pretty sweet. Because there's plenty of professionals out there making pizzas. But this has been my feed all week, is just this kind of stuff.
And looks very edible.
What do you think of this pizza?
Oh, perfect. Right.
So it's like almost like a grandma pizza?
Oh, it's Detroit style.
Detroit. Yeah.
No, that's not Detroit style. That's more
like. Isn't Detroit the square pizzas?
Okay.
Serenity?
Okay. No. Okay. Detroit pizza is almost like a focaccia that's got an oily bottom and it's baked in a pan with a rim.
Okay, so it's a focaccia casserole.
Yeah. No, it's not a casserole because it's actually bread. So it's really a pizza.
It's mostly bread.
All right.
Yeah, it's mostly bread, and they actually bake it in like almost like a. Well, the lore goes that they actually used these pans that were originally based on things from the auto manufacturing, right? And so Detroit pizza is like its own thing. This is almost more like a grandma pizza, which is a simpler version of a Sicilian pizza.
It calls them a Palermo pizza, though.
Yeah.
This is called hubcap pizza, isn't it? This goes back to something in Plymouth, Michigan.
Itself,
that
the caramelized onions.
I'm
Fresh
recalling
mozzarella.
from my youth.
Just out of this world.
But I really like this kind of stuff. I love for the quality of the toppings. I would eat that all day.
Oh, yeah. It looks excellent.
I'm still trying to find a kind of pizza I don't like.
Same.
It's like school lunch pizza? Sure.
Yeah. Good to go.
School lunch pizza just scratched an itch. That's all it was. It just scratched an itch.
Yeah, and then go to Sweet Tomatoes or Stale Choice or one of those places and get the all-you-can-eat pizza.
I still like Chicago-style pizza. That's my favorite.
Chicago-style pizza, both the thin and the thick are both fantastic. New York pizza's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Neapolitan pizza's fantastic. I'm trying to think, is there a style of pizza I hate? No, I don't think so.
I'm sure the English have something that I won't like.
Oh, I'm sure they could ruin it if they really wanted to.
Oh no, you want to make everybody cringe. Look up Korean pizza. They put corn on that shit.
No.
Oh, that's yummy. I've had corn on pizza. It's delicious.
Is it like? Is it, yeah, I don't know about that, Sora.
Corn
It's
is
sweet.
yeah, but it tastes like corn.
Yeah. Amongst all
Corn
the other
pizza.
ingredients that you have on your pizza,
I know.
it's a happy little corn kernel as you're eating.
Well,
I don't.
I get
you're
those.
talking to somebody
Never
who
mind.
grows corn on purpose. You know, I mean, we eat corn all the
Okay.
time.
He's supposed to accidental corn.
So there's a franchise in Korea called Mr. Pizza, and Mr.
Already
Pizza.
hate it.
Just wait for it. Just wait for it, honey.
I can
Jubilee
see it.
Navarre.
And Mr. Pizza does really interesting pizzas, which are also done by other restaurants in Korea. Specifically, one of theirs is called a half shrimp, half potato, half shrimp gold. And it's got like the potato ones, actual potato wedges on it, like wedges, not fries, wedges of potato, ham, mayo, stuff like that. And then the shrimp gold is actual shrimp, black olives, green peppers, mushrooms, and like a garlic butter sauce on a pizza, on a very odd pizza thing. Yeah. But and sometimes they'll put sweet potato on it, and sometimes, and it's very interesting. God bless you, Korea. That's all I'm saying. God bless you.
I think we nuked the wrong country.
Why, probably. Hey, Skep, did you hear about this? U.S. Navy submarine will be out 5 years due to poor seamanship.
No, what's
So it was one of the
not read this at all.
It was one of the nuclear attack subs, and apparently it ran into a undersea mountain that nobody was previously aware of. And the fact that it's not on the charts doesn't mean that you're allowed to run into it and go, "Oh, sorry."
Well,
the motorcycle equivalent, basically the submarine equivalent of like on a motorcycle where somebody wipes out and they just go gravel. Like somehow that's an explanation.
Right.
Okay, so
Well, you have forward-looking sonar. You have ways to avoid even uncharted obstacles. Believe it or not, the Navy has been dealing with uncharted obstacles for a very, very long time.
they're very motivated being in a tube under a pressurized tube under a lot of pressure under the water to not run into shit. So it said the USS Connecticut is one of just 3 Seawolf class nuclear powered fast attack submarines in the U.S. Navy. The highly capable craft will remain out of service until at least late 2026, more than 5 years after a critical underwater collision. On October 2nd, 2021, while navigating international waters near Japan, Connecticut struck an uncharted seamount and sustained significant damage to its bow, sonar dome, and ballast tanks. After it was forced to surface, the submarine made a slow journey home, first sailing to Guam, then to California, eventually to Washington State. There, where it has remained in dry dock at Puget Sound Naval Shipyard. That's the naval equivalent of the Walk of Shame, is what that is. That's just not good.
Well, that was the limp home actually of the carriers that got damaged, like at Midway and at the Battle of Coral Sea and Lady Gulf.
Yeah,
that was the way they limped home. They would go to Guam and then to Pearl, and from Pearl to Bremerton.
It sounds like they
in Washington. That's the Puget Sound. That's in Puget Sound.
Sorry, go Serenity.
I would say it sounds more like they're covering up for there was a fight that they don't want to admit that happened. That's what it sounds like to me.
Maybe, but this is an easy explanation though. I mean, this sort of thing does happen, right? It's Occam's razor.
Yeah, this is very, especially given where it was damaged.
Yeah, but now I'm suspicious now that Serenity said that. Now there's a little voice in the back of my mind that says, "What if?"
Japan, right? It was sea of Japan, right?
Well, it was near
We
Japan.
would know about the Russian submarine that we ran into.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We would know about that.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like, or China tried to pull something or something like that, and it was pushed back, but nobody wants to talk about it.
A Chinese submarine?
China can suck it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a Chinese submarine, considering how much crap they keep pulling with Thailand. They just have to do something that, like, maybe it's a mysterious mountain that was put there.
Yes, submarines are one of those areas where quantity over quality is not going to serve them well.
Yeah, exactly. They've got a lot of
just start throwing shit at it.
Russian.
Yeah, in terms of like troop carriers and things like that, sure, but submarines, yeah, you really just the quantity over quality approach that China's taken to the rest of its navy isn't going to translate well to submarines.
Just surviving sorties in some of the submarines the Chinese have is considered an achievement.
So, have you guys heard of this fashion company? Let's see. Christine Hunsicker, 48, of Lafayette, New Jersey, was charged with 6 counts, including fraud, aggravated identity theft, and false statements charged in the indictment in Haverhill Federal Court. See, where's the name of her silly company? She basically started one of those clothing rental things.
Castle. CAASTLE with a $sign.
Why is it that I'm having trouble finding it?
Go down a little bit.
I should have highlighted it. Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, this thing. CAASTLE Inc. and P1800. You guys familiar with either of these companies?
Not at all.
No, I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, so basically her company, what it was, one of those things that just sort of rented out clothes. So like on a subscription basis, one of those things where you give them money and they just refresh your wardrobe with stuff every month or so. And they just send you stuff. It's like a subscription service for your wardrobe.
Like Rent the Runway is a popular one.
Yeah. So the problem is that she did that same thing that certain other girl bosses have done. She just out and out allegedly lied about the number of customers and the income that was coming in. Just make numbers up, because that always goes well. Went well for Tycho, went well for Theranos, Enron. Just make the numbers up, right?
Yeah, Bernie Madoff had a good time with it.
Yeah, just keep the investors in the dark.
Sora, it was bought and it was Gwynny Bee. We'll know what Gwynny Bee is.
Okay.
Or I do, at least. Gwynny Bee was was what it was beforehand.
Yeah, well, she's girl bossed her way into being in trouble with the feds.
Well, it was
the name
it was,
of an MLM.
Yeah, no, I get you, but it allegedly that's what Castle bought Gwynny Bee, and Gwynny Bee was the clothing rental, and then they changed it to Castle.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember hearing about Gwynny Bee. This was years ago.
How long was that in existence? Do you know?
They bought Gwynny Bee in late 2018.
Okay, so it's been around.
And they have videos of their staffers doing stuff like 9+ years ago on YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So the company itself was, but yeah, Castle was rebranded from Gwynny Bee in a growing legal momentum. 2 lawsuits targeting the 14-year-old tech company.
Is that Gavin Newsom and
Kimberly Guilfoyle?
Well, no, that would be Kimberly Guilfoyle would be playing the role of Wilma. This is him going after Barney Rubble's wife.
It is being called an elaborate fraud akin to Theranos, Madoff, and Enron.
Just like we did.
Ultimate cost $58 million.
You know, Harry, I don't know how you feel about this whole law, but I do. When it comes to defrauding investors, when people put their money in good faith, and you're just absolutely fucking stealing it from them, it just enrages me to the point I want those people fed into the shredder.
Yeah. There's something going on outside. I will be back in a few moments if you guys will talk amongst yourselves. Might be Pepe. Hold on.
Take your gun.
Limited ton suckers alleged misrepresentations. P1 alleges that Castle is in the wrong as its board and senior leaderships were aware of the company's huge financial issues in December 2024 and opted to mislead P180 through March 2025 instead of alerting it about the mounting financial turmoil.
Yeah.
Ooh, complaint also includes claims of conversion and unjust enrichment, asserting that Castle misappropriated P180's funds as well as a breach of contract and breach of the covenant of good faith and fair dealing in connection with the 2 2024 commercial agreements that P180 argues are void due to fraud.
The unjust enrichment will do her no favors. They'll go after her.
That's fraud. That is actually
Yeah, yeah.
fraud. Wow. Well, good. I hope they put her away. She probably won't. They'll probably just give her a slap on the wrist.
Well, she's one of the rich, though, so they
Yeah.
probably will go after her. She's also looks white.
Yeah, she does present as white, although I see some possible binary vibes.
It's going to
from
depend
her.
on what she's going to claim. I see lesbian, but yeah, nowadays, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Well, the other lawsuit is being
living
done
around
by
truth.
the company that owns Express, because apparently they had an exclusivity deal with them.
Okay.
I'm reading. There's apparently a website newsletter website called Fashion Law.
Yes.
That's what I'm reading.
Fashion Law.
Yeah, thefashionlaw.com.
Okay, thefashionlaw.com.
I have learned something new. That's exciting.
I know. This is actually interesting. It's actually really well written, and they actually cite the cases at the bottom. So they've legit are like doing this. Just a tip of the legal iceberg. Plain-swell limited to Castle and Hunsucker's dealings. Broader picture. Tech-enabled fashion venture collapsed internal chaos. Detailing the alleged legal missteps. Castle's could even be more extensive than meets the eye. After all, Edition Express, Castle boasted partnerships with the likes of Ralph Lauren, Batanash, Medj, and Taylor, Banana Republic, and Vince. Providing retail rental technology as well as inventory management. Inventory. Oh, no. And logistics to enable these companies and many others to offer rental services. Oh, no. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, biznitch.
But like that's really stupid. What do you think? You are in the same room with like Ann Taylor, Banana Republic. These are not small brands, or their parent brands are not small brands. You think someone's not going to be keeping an eye on your dealings? Even if you hide it for a little while, it's going to come out, and then it'll be worse for you. So that's FAFO. You know?
Yeah, basically.
Oh boy. But this is cool. So this the fashionlaw.com, very cool. Has all sorts of fun
What's like they even talk about like car fashion, like the Ferrari Testarossa stuff. Like I respect this. I respect this quite a lot.
Are we canceled?
No, I don't think we are. I think we're good. No, Sora and I are just talking about the Fashion Law website that I found that had the articles, more info on it.
Is it Fashion LOL? That'd be hilarious.
No, Law, LAW.
Fashion LOL. Okay.
Oh, there's a Labubu article too.
Oh God, I
The
hate those
Labubu
stupid
craze.
little monsters. I hate those things.
Sparked a counterfeit surge and authentication arms race. Fuck you, unlock this article for free. I'm not logging in. Where's my
Yeah, you people aren't the boss of me.
extension? Come here. How dare. There we go.
So can I ask you for an aesthetic judgment?
Go for it.
Okay. So the other day I was actually out driving around, and you guys all know about the stupid Tesla things. But are you familiar with the Rivians?
Oh, I like
the ribbons. Yeah, I like how the ribbons look.
I do like the fact that it looks like it's
I like
surprised
the
all the
pickup
time.
version.
But I ended up driving next. I was on my motorcycle, and I was driving next to one of the blue colored Rivians.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed, it's like, wow, that is just the most amazing color. It really appealed to me, because you know how guys are about color. We largely don't care unless it's on a car.
Yeah.
When it gets to be on a car, then we become extremely discriminating about every little thing. I was like, shut up, it's medium charcoal gray, you know.
But to be fair to guys, some of the most beautiful colors are on cars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, to be fair, we're going to be fair.
So
here.
Rivian did this thing here. They earth tones, the inspiration behind the Rivian palette. This blue that they have here,
yeah, that's very nice.
depending on what color the light is when it hits it, it actually ends up looking more or less green. It's an outstanding color. I mean, I don't have enough money to buy one of these stupid cars, but the color schemes on these things are really fantastic. You know, like
That's a nice cream red.
that's a really nice red. So they have this launch green, then they have this silver, which is nice. Even their white is really good, but you get into like this Rivian blue. That is a great color.
That's a very good color.
There's a few I've seen around town here. It's very pretty in person.
Yeah, and check out this green.
They have a green that I haven't seen. I love the pickup truck version. I would this if I had the money and we had to do Evo cars, like the E cars, I would probably do this.
Okay,
purely for aesthetics.
So just
or the VW retro 100% electric van.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, I've seen
that. Just came out. That's very cute.
So the top end version of some of these Rivians have the equivalent of 1,000 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just set aside eco bullshit for the time being, and just imagine what four motors, 4-wheel drive, 4 independent motors, 1,000 brake horsepower, Skep.
0 to 60 in
like, you know, I didn't hit my stopwatch fast enough. I mean, with the amount of torque that thing has and that much horsepower, holy crap. I mean, you probably run about 5 minutes before you have to like go stick another 50 kilowatt hours of power into the thing.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. That's a pretty nice color for something that has 1,000 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it wasn't electric, it'd be great.
Yeah. So
it's very pretty, but at least look, here's an electric car company that has a nice design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just enough like what we're used to.
Oh, look at
that your brain recognizes that it's a truck, but it's just different enough that when
Mm-hmm.
you look at it, you know it's a Rivian.
I mean, if you don't need super long distance and you're not towing like really heavy things all the time, and you've got like stupid money, sure, why not?
It's for like the weekend gardener, the person who has like not a homestead, but like a small garden that they want to do and they want to move stuff around and get bags of mulch and stuff like that and do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's kind of for.
Yeah. Well, we haven't.
Or if you live like up here where you're going to like at the interior and you're driving for a couple of hours and then you just plug it in for the whole weekend because you're camping.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, is that blue in person, whether it's during the day when it's cooler or if it's in the afternoon where it hits the yellow light hits it and it starts to get a little green, is a gorgeous color. I want to paint everything that color now. I mean, sure, eyeglass frames. Can I get them in the Rivian blue? What are you talking about? No, that would be fine. Forget the Porsche design eyeglasses. Give me the Rivian design eyeglasses. That'll be fine. So we haven't had one of these articles in a while. So just to sort of tap into tradition here, not just diabetes, how slightly higher blood sugar wrecks men's sexual health. Basically, too much sugar in your blood, really not good for your reproductive organs.
Poor boys.
Yeah. So even if you don't have diabetes, just take care of your body. Sugar really is the enemy, and just don't.
Well, I mean, when your body can't process sugar, it is the enemy.
I mean, sugar in general is. Go ahead, Skep. No, you.
I was just going to say, when you have excess sugar in your blood, that is the organ wrecking configuration.
Yeah. Do you know about cataracts and what they're made of, Skep? Sugar, basically.
Well, yeah, essentially.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that bad things that happen to your body, even at pre-diabetic levels. So this is why, don't eat too much sugar all the time. Go easy on the alcohol and go for a walk after dinner. It's just, simple stuff. You don't have to live like the perfect life because you're never going to be good enough. But,
I'm 73 years old and I plank every single day.
It's just a little bit more incentive for us to all take care of ourselves so we can have a happy 80s.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and call it. This has been your Minions of the Zoo for Saturday night. Thank you, panel. Thank you, chat. The zoo is closed. Good night, everybody.